My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. This session is getting recorded in case if you would like to go through the details again. It will be available for you for the users as well. Yeah. We will start with a small presentation. Yeah, we'll start with a small presentation, and after that, we'll get into the actual usage of the platform as such. In case you have any questions, kindly use the Q&A box to type out your queries, or if you want to discuss, you can unmute yourself and then ask any questions that you would have. Yes. Yeah. We will start with an introduction to Algomojo platform and its features. Then we will get into looking at how do we do integration using TradingView as a platform. And in case if you are interested in looking at Amibroker, we can try and have a look at that also. A brief about Algomojo support and any Q&A that would be there. I'll be happy to address them. Thank you. Yeah, our website is algomojo.com. It's a web-based algo trading platform. So we don't have any app or anything. Yes, in case if you have any kind of you can use any browser to log into our website and start using all the facilities and features that are available for you. So you can use any browser. So it can be on your desktop, it can be on your laptop, it can be on your mobile phone. It's a web-based solution that we offer. We don't have any mobile app as such as of now. It is web-based only. It is designed for traders to automate their strategy trading signals, which normally people use various charting platforms like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, Charting, um, Google Sheet, Chrome extension. If you want to use Python for trading, we have an extensive library that can be used. Yeah, we provide common API connectivity for brokers to across all the brokers with whom we have done the integration. We have integrated with close to 27, 28 brokers as of now. We keep adding more brokers as we go along. I'll share you the list of brokers with whom we have done the integration so far. Just one moment. Yeah. Our aim is to make algo trading experience as simple and as efficient as possible. We are trying to keep it as user friendly as possible to so that anybody with a who can operate a system or a computer should be able to automate the strategies that you would have. You need not have to have any kind of programming knowledge or coding knowledge as such. We using a platform, you don't have to look into the codes that have been used in various types of charts for generating the signals. So you need not have to worry about integrating or working with the codes as such to do any kind of changes and then automate it. No, it is a simple copy paste facility that we offer. So any user who has got knowledge about the basic usage of computers will be able to use this platform. So all you need to do is or have is a good strategy that you have tried and tested, and you would like to take trades or do investments based on that strategy, which can be running on any of these charting tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, Ninja Trader, these kind of platforms. And if you have a good strategy and you want to automate that, we are there to help you out. Just one moment. Is my voice okay? Are you able to hear? Can you confirm using the Q&A box? Andrew, can you use the Q&A box and confirm if the voice is okay? Okay, thanks. Yeah, link seems to be okay. So maybe that the attendees are less today. It's fine. We'll go ahead with the session. Yes. So as I was mentioning, uh, yeah, as I was mentioning, we provide a platform is designed in such a manner uh, to make it easy and simple for anybody to use and integrate and automate the strategies. So as I was mentioning, all you need to have is a good strategy on any of these platforms, which will give buy and sell signals. We will be able to take them and then get the orders executed in your broker account. Yeah. Some of the key features of that we provide in Algomojo is you can customize whatever you are planning to trade. So if you want to trade in equities or you want to trade in futures or if you want to trade in options, so you have the flexibility to choose various segments. You can uh, choose what is that you want to trade, whether you want to trade in intraday or you want to carry forward or you want to trade in say the quantity is variable for you. You have multiple watch lists or multiple symbols that you would like to trade. So you can customize what is that you want to trade in platform itself. So it's a one-time setup that you need to do. And post that, you will be able to easily manage your trades and signals which would be generated from your charting platform and get them executed. Yes. So you can trade in equities, futures, and options. In options, you can trade either in using dynamic options or you can use static options also. Uh, so if you're a buyer, yes, definitely you can you can buy options, or if you want to write options, you can there is facility for you to write options also. You can sell options against the signal that would be generated, and if you want to hedge some of your trades by either buying or selling, that is another facility that we have incorporated. You could do that also. So in case if your order quantity is larger than the freeze limits set for the trading symbols, you could um, we have the facility to split orders based on the freeze quantity and the quantity that you want to trade and place multiple orders. So you need not have to worry in terms of placing multiple orders if the quantity that needs to be executed is very high. We will handle that for you. Then, in terms of risk management, we have facilities like target and stop loss that you can set in terms of percentage or even points. And recently, we have also got into trailing stop loss, which you can dynamically trail also based on how the profits are increasing or the trade is moving in your direction. You can keep trailing the stop losses also. So stop loss can be trailed either in terms of points or in terms of percentage or even M to M as such. Yeah. Uh, so it helps you to maximize your profitability and also minimize the losses that you might have in the trades as such. Now you can customize the start and end times when you want the signals to be generated that are generated to be executed. Suppose you feel that you don't want to take any trades, say before 11 o'clock, you can say that, okay, my trade timings are from 11 o'clock till 2:30 because initially the volatility are pretty high and towards the end it could be more. So end of the day, it could get more volatile. I don't want to take any trades. If you have any such kind of timings that need to be set, you can do that also. So it's pretty customizable. Or if you want to trade only in the first hour and not say till 10:30, 11 o'clock, after that you don't want to take any trades or something, you can set that also in the platform. So for all users, paper trade facility is provided. This is help. This is a facility to help you to understand how the platform works. just to check how the if the signals are getting processed and the orders are getting placed as per your requirement. To test that kind of facility, the trade is provided free of cost to all users. However, it is limited to three strategies that you can run on paper trade. Um, Once you are comfortable with the kind of process that the system or the platform is following, and you feel that okay, the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, then you can get into live trade. So paper trade, we would recommend all users to start with, to try it out and then see if the orders are getting placed as per your plan, as per the strategy that you would be running in TradingView or Amibroker or any of your charting tools. And once you're convinced that it is happening as per that, then you can move into live trade. Don't start with the live trade to start begin with, because there are some settings that need to be understood. And once you're aware of how the platform and the features are working, you can get into live trade, so that by mistake, if some settings are wrong and the orders are not getting placed, if it is a live trade, you could end up losing money. We don't want you to get into that kind of situation. So always try with the paper trades, and once the paper trade is going through correctly, then you can move on to um, live trades. So there's no limitation in terms of live trades. You can do any number of live trades per day. Uh, so only paper trade, there's a limitation. Up to three strategies can be tested for live trades, paper trades. Now, kindly note, paper trade is just to check the process of finding out if the orders are getting executed as per your requirement. It is not a forward testing or a back testing kind of tool. We wouldn't recommend that as a facility for doing such kind of testing. It is only to check the process, whether everything is getting executed as per your requirement. For testing that, it is this facility is provided. Now, in case if you have any queries, kindly use the Q&A box to raise your queries so that I can answer them as we go along. The session is getting recorded, so in case if you have missed out the starting, or you would like to go through the session again, you can always get access to this and go through the recordings. Continuing with the features, there are certain rules that are set in platform, which is very, very important to understand. It's very critical because if you set a wrong rule compared to how your strategy is performing, the order execution may not happen as per the requirement. So it is always important to understand the rules that need to be set in a platform. It's just a uh, you have to select from the drop down. Now, there are 4, 5 rules. One is long only, the other one is short only. The third one is long plus short, buy sell. The fourth is something similar to long plus short. It also has got short and cover, more for Amibroker kind of users. Then the fifth rule is something called a stop and reverse. I will explain these rules when we look at a chart as such, and we are doing a setup using TradingView. Yeah, in case if you have any queries, kindly use the Q&A box. I think somebody, Darshan, you have any query, kindly use the Q&A box to type out your query. I'll be able to answer them. Is the voice okay? Is everybody able to hear me? Can anybody confirm using the Q&A box? Please use the Q&A box and confirm if my voice is okay so that we can proceed. And if you see, back testing is for your strategy testing as such. For what is back testing? Back testing is you want to check how your strategy has performed over a period of 1 year, 2 year, 3 years kind of period, whatever time frame you want to test it for. So one should have the data for whatever instrument that you want to backtest, and the strategy should be run in your platform to do the backtesting. So, however, we are not a data provider. We don't have historical data. So that's the reason why we don't have the facility for backtesting as such. Second is if you are using it tool like Amibroker, which offers excellent backtesting and optimization facilities, and if you have historical data, it becomes very, very useful or very easy to backtest your strategies. And so using tools like optimization, you can fine tune your strategies so that you maximize on various trading or result platforms that you expect as such. So we are not into that. We are more of an execution platform to help traders and investors to automate their strategies. So in case you're running a strategy of and you want to take the trades uh, uh, from the signals that are generated by your strategy, which is running in say tools like Amibroker or TradingView or charting or MT4 kind of thing. We are there to help you out in terms of taking those signals and getting those orders executed in our in your broker account as such. So we are just a bridge provider and not a strategy provider, nor a backtesting uh, kind of platform as such. So that's the reason you need to look at other platforms to check your strategies for backtesting as such. Yeah, they could be. See, it depends on platform to platform, the kind of facilities and features that they have. But we have positioned ourselves as an execution platform only and not as a strategy testing kind of platform. So if there are platforms which are able to assist you in terms of testing your strategies, they definitely will need to provide you facility for backtesting. We are not in that space as such. We are not providing any tools for backtesting or forward testing of strategies. And we don't intend to be there also. So our purpose is to make the automation as simple as possible and as user friendly as possible for traders and investors, so that using our platform you can place orders automatically in your broker account. Taking it forward, yeah, suppose you're an option trader and you have multiple legs to be executed based on a single signal, we can help you to do that. So if you're trading triangles, straddles, or butterfly, iron founder kind of strategies, based on a single signal, all the legs that are there as per the option strategy can be executed. So you by doing a facility or by using a facility called grouping. Now, you can receive notifications in Telegram for every signal that gets generated on the orders that gets executed in as per the signals from any of the charting tools. You can create watch list and for the symbols that you want to trade or invest into, and you can keep varying them or keep changing them as and when you require. Especially, we have seen people who use tools like charting or Amibroker, where they do exploration and where they scan a lot of hundreds and hundreds of symbols, and when the criteria is met, the orders of plays or signals are generated for few symbols. So those will be picked up and the orders can be placed in the account. You can download various kinds of reports. Currently, it is limited to that day's reports. Historical reports, there is no facility as of now to download. Um, over a period of time, we will be providing those facilities also. Some of the new features that we just launched about a week back or so are you can limit the uh, number of signals that you want to be you want the system to execute or to execute your orders. Now we have seen, especially in environments like Amibroker, where due to repainting kind of issues and the strategies, there will be multiple signals which will be coming in. However, we have provided a tool now which will help you to pick up the first signal only and then execute the order. In case if there is a repainting and multiple signals are coming in, we will try and ignore them. We will ignore them unless you want to take trades in all the signals, you can set that also, or you can define that also, saying that, okay, take the first two signals or first three signals which come in, because that is as per your strategy or your requirement. You can do that also. Or if you don't want any repainting or multiple signals to be executed and to be limited to only one signal, that is also possible. So this is something which we just launched about a week back, and a lot of people have already started using it, and they found this, all these features and the facilities that we are building in are more to based on the inputs that we get from the trading fraternity, the investors and traders. And now we have a facility in our website itself. You can put in your request in case if you have any new requirements that which are currently not there, and you would want them to be developed and provided. We are open to it. We will look at your requirement and then try and develop those facilities for traders and investors to use them. And also, if you're a trader, you want to limit the number of trades or signals to be executed in a day. You can do that also using this max daily signals. Say if you don't want to take more than 5 trades in a day or 10 trades in a day, you can do that. So you can limit the number of signals that you want to execute. Yes. Any queries? Yeah, kindly let me know. Okay. Now, in terms of rollover, the earlier the rollover used to happen only on the expiry day. Now you can set the rollover either on expiry day or say 10 days before the expiry also. You can set that, okay, my positions, if they're open, I want them to be rolled over, say 5 days before the expiry, then our system will take care of it. You can set the date and time based on that. If there's any open position, we will roll it over for you. So these are two things that we just added for the traders and investors. We have another facility called Signal Store, where suppose you have a good strategy and you would like to share those signals with uh, some of your friends and families, you could use our platform to share those signals. So whenever there's a buy or a sell signal coming in from your strategy running in any kind of platform, the orders can get executed not only for you but also for your friends and family. Yes. Of course, they will need to subscribe and follow those signals. In case if they subscribe, they'll be able to get the orders also executed. The advantage being that you have a good strategy, so that which you can use for your friends and families, and or if you know somebody who is a good trader or a good investor, and you would like to follow his method of trading or investing, you can do that also using our platform. Like I was mentioning, some of the key features of this facility is that you can publish and share your trading signals, then, or you can follow from other traders or investors whom you know, and the entire process is completely automated. So all you have to do is switch it on in the morning. The system can keep running for you and your friends and family. Or if you're following somebody, whenever he is taking a trade, it can get executed in your platform also. It's pretty easy to integrate and use these strategies. A step-by-step process of doing the thing, doing the setup is provided in a blog. This is to help you to maximize in terms of your strategy returns as such. In case if you need more information on this, kindly let me know. I could try and explain them in detail. Or you can go to our blog and check the complete detail about how to integrate uh, the signals, or whether you want to copy or you want to share your signals with others. It is uh, extensively detailed in the blog, in our blog. The some of the other features that we are currently working on is price. Currently, the price at which it gets executed is only market. So we are working on limit and stop loss market and stop loss limit are other price types that we are looking at. And yeah, sorry, this rollover has just been rolled out last week. Then we are working on a one-click option strategy. Suppose you have an iron conda and there are multiple legs. Today you have to create all the legs independently. However, you will have a facility by a click of a button. All the legs will be predefined, and based on a single signal, all the legs can be executed or orders can be placed as such. Then similarly, dynamic option selection for index and stocks from the watch list can also be added and executed. So these are some of the other facilities that we are working on, which should be rolled out in the next couple of weeks as such. Yeah. Now, you can trade. What are the segments that you can trade using a platform? Yes, cash is definitely possible. It can be intraday and or delivery basis also. You can trade in futures and options. It could be index or stocks also. Or you can trade in static options also for any of these uh, Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, Sensex, etc. Then, in case you want to trade in dynamic options based on the spot price, uh, the system will select the dynamic strikes at that point in time and get the orders executed for you. We have currently integrated with close to about 27 brokers. Almost all the major brokers are uh, integrated in our platform for API order executions. So, in case you already have an account with any of these brokers, you can use them, or you can open a new account with any of these brokers and start using them. Now, for all users, you get a 7 days time. Post that, you can get into a subscription method. And now we have a special offer where if you open a new account with any of these seven brokers, you can get the APIs free of cost for life from us. And you will get all the facilities and features that are currently available and would be made available going further, will be available for you. So it will be completely free of cost. Yeah, I'm just getting into a small introduction in terms of the platform and the facilities that we have. After that, we'll get into doing the actual integration automation of the strategy as such. Yes, we'll get into it shortly. Yeah, the automation will involve two processes. First process is the kind of setup that you need to do in Algomojo, wherein you will need to define what is that you want to trade. After you define those steps, you can get into the actual platform integration. You can do it using TradingView. We will use TradingView today to see how the automation can be done uh, by creating an alert, or in case anybody is interested in Amibroker, we could look at that also. It's a pretty simple process. Just copy paste of one or two things, then the orders can be executed automatically. So in terms of rules, I'll define these rules when we are looking at the chart as of now. There are five types of rules: long only, short only, long plus short, and stop and reversal. So, what are these rules, where to be used, and how to be selected? We will look at the chart and then we'll get a better understanding what rule to apply when. So, for logging in and using our platform, first you need to you can go to algomojo.com and use this login page button to log in. The credentials to be used for login is the same as what your broker credentials are. So the same user ID and password will be used. Now, when you go to algomojo.com, you have various facilities like open an account. Using this, you can open an account with any of these seven brokers and get the APIs free of cost. So once you update the name, email ID, and the phone numbers, and select the broker with whom you want to open a new account to avail the free APIs from us, it will take you to the respective broker's web page, and the process has to be completed. And in terms of documentation, after that, you will get the user ID and password. Then you come back to Algomojo and use this button here to log in. So today I'll use a broker called Trade Genie for the demo purpose. So from the drop down, select the broker with whom you want to trade with. So I've selected Trade Genie. The credentials are the same what the broker has given. So let me try and log in. Yeah. So once you log in, the web page will be the same for all the brokers. So on the left side, you can create various watch lists, and you can create up to 5 watch lists, add your stocks there, and from here itself you can place manual orders. So in case you want to place any manual orders, you can do it from here itself. After you log in, on the left side, you'll see a lot of tabs. The first tab is where you'll find your APIs of such. Now, this is the API that is provided by Algomojo, not the API of broker. You'll need to use these for any of your trading facility features. Okay. Once you log in, first time when you get into this place, this tab, it will ask you to generate the API, and a 7-day trial will be provided. After you complete the trial, you can renew it. There are various plans available, monthly. Uh, then you have a half yearly plan and a yearly plan. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees as the subscription charges, depending on the kind of trading and investment that you are looking at. You can go in for after the trial period. If you find that the platform is able to meet your requirement of trading and investing, you can select the plan accordingly and start using our software. Now, once you have the APIs, the next thing is to define what is that you want to trade from a place called My Strategies. So here we come and define what is that you want to trade. So first time the entire page will be blank. So we'll need to create a new strategy here. This is where we specify what is that we want to trade in terms of the symbol, quantity, intraday, or carry forward, stocks or options or equities. That will need to be defined as a one-time setup. So here we give a name. Let me try and do it for futures. Say enough futures, say 26th APR. It can be any name. Then select the rule. Let me start with something called a stop and reversal because I'll be using a in trading view a strategy called super trend, which will require this rule to be used, stop and reverse. What each rule is, we will look at the chart and try and understand from there. So we'll use stop and reverse. Then we say that, okay, we want to trade in futures and option. So here, let me select the symbol that I want to trade. I select from the drop down. The order can be normal or MIS. Price is always market. Then if set the quantity, suppose you want to trade in say 100 lots. So the quantity will be shown, and if it is more than free quantity, it will split the orders for you and place multiple orders. So these are some basic things that you need to define and save it. Apart from this, there are certain other optional stuff. If in case of your requirement, you can try and update them. Otherwise, the minimum requirement are these details in terms of what is the instrument that you are wanting to trade, how many lots you want to trade, whether it is MIS or carry forward. So these are the things that you need to define. Then in case you want to set target and stop loss, you can do it from here. Say target, stop loss. It can be in terms of percentage points or days end to end. Now, after if you select the target and stop loss, you can also trail them using this. Then there are things like the start time and the end time. When do you want the rollover? Whether you want maximum the rollover to happen on a particular day, you can set all those optional parameters here. Otherwise, in case there's no other changes to be done, the default values are taken for placing the orders. So once you update these fields, you'll need to save this, say submit. So once you submit what is that you want to trade, there are certain things like webhook URL and certain codes that are generated. This will be using in say TradingView or Amibroker or say charting to just copy paste so that the orders can be automated. So once you've done this, just go back here. By default, it will be in inactive state. You'll need to use either live trade or paper trade. Always start with paper trade, enable the paper trade, and next step is to uh, go to TradingView, for example, and select the strategy and do the integration for automation. So let's do that. So this is TradingView, for example. To get some live trades, let's try and look at Bitcoin. That market will be open today. Yeah. Once you select this symbol and select the time frame that you want to trade in, and you'll need to create an alert. Yeah, for TradingView automation, you need to have the subscription of TradingView. The free version doesn't support the webhook URL, so kindly subscribe for TradingView. Yeah, that is what we are trying to see. TradingView alert is what you need to create. From here, whenever there's an alert generated, that order can be executed automatically. So that's what we'll try and set it up now. So once you select the instrument that you want to trade and the time frame that you want to trade, then next step is to load the strategy. For example, there's a strategy called Super Trend. Let me add that. So Super Trend, I'm sure most of you would have used or come across this strategy, which is pretty popular, pretty old. People have been using it for many years. So it is a strategy which is always in trade, either long or short. So whenever there's a buy signal, the order will get executed, and whenever there's a sell signal, the order will get executed. How to do that? So after you select the instrument and the price type, load your strategy and create an alert. So how to create an alert? Just go to this three dots here and say add alert or super trend. So it will ask you to give a name. So let me say NF demo 26th. In the message box, whatever is the default content, remove that. Go to Algomojo strategy that you just created. Yeah. Okay. And from here, copy this content that we give. It can be any strategy. If you want to see any specific strategy now, you tell me. I can try and show that also. Or I'll try and use the ready-made stuff which are available like Super Trend and RSI or a trend line kind of alert creation and show you how the orders can be executed. So here from here, if you are using a strategy, you need to copy this content. If you are using an indicator, you need to use these contents. So for Super Trend, we will copy this content, go to TradingView, paste it here, okay, and then go to notification, update the webhook URL. Now webhook URL is again given by Algomojo. Go here, copy this webhook URL and paste it here and say create. That's it. So there's nothing else to be done. So whenever, so your alert is created and it is active. So whenever Super Trend gives a buy, the order will be executed. However, just one moment. For the order to be executed, you have to enable for live trade or paper trade. Start with paper trade always. So if it is not enabled for live, if it's inactive, then the signal will be ignored as such. Yes. Now we have enabled paper trade, so we can say when super trend, if it gives a buy now, we'll be able to see the order getting executed in a paper trade mode in the platform. So it is as simple as that. All you have to do is whatever instrument that you're trading, load that and go to the time frame in which you want to trade, whether it is 1 minute, 15 minutes, 13 minutes, 1 hour, whatever is the time frame. So select it from the drop down which is given here and load your strategy and create an alert. That's it. So it is just copy paste of the content in to be updated in message box and copy paste of this webhook URL. That is it. There's nothing else to be done for your automation. So you bring in any strategy. There are lots of studies and strategies available on TradingView. you bring it those strategies and use our platform to automatically place orders. And to do that, the steps to be followed is just simple: to copy paste. One is the message content has to be updated and the webbook URL has to be updated. That is all has to be done. We need not have to get into looking at what is the super trend strategy or XYZ strategy that you're trying to automate. What is the logic used? What is the code used? We need not have to get into any of those details. Just create alert, and whenever there's an alert, whenever the alert gives a signal, either in terms of buy or sell, the order will get executed. It is as simple as. There's no other complexity for automation. Any queries on how to do this automation in TradingView? You can bring in any strategy. It is as open as that. So you have the flexibility to get any strategy that you want to create and then automate it. So after you log in and create this alert, you can close your system also, because TradingView is running continuously in the cloud platform. And whenever this sends in a signal, it will get executed. Even in our website, after you log in, you should not log out from here. You can, however, close the browser or shut down your laptop or computer. Still, the orders will get processed. You need not to have to be sitting in front of your system or checking things. Nothing has to be done. Try and log in as close to the market open hours as possible, say around 9 o'clock, 8:40, 9 o'clock. Don't do it earlier. Don't do it earlier than, say, around 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. Because, see, what happens is the brokers will be doing the maintenance activity. So that is the reason. Say they complete their maintenance activity towards the open of the market. Say 8 o'clock, 8:30, they'll be ready. So after you, so if you, in case if you log in earlier to that, then the token that they provide for you would have got expired towards the market hours. So that is the reason we suggest that please log in as close to the market hours as possible. Yeah. Now, in case you have a strategy, say for example, here, so all you have to do is load that strategy, and here on, if you move your cursor on the strategy name, there's three dots here. Just say go and add alert. So you should be able to see this box, so which will give you the message box that needs to be updated with this code if it is a strategy. Copy it from here. So copy it from here and paste it here. And notification, the webbook URL will, whatever is, if it is there by default, remove that and take the webbook URL from here and paste it here. And say create. That's all. It can be any strategy. If you have a strategy, just load it and then do it. That's it. Yeah. See, in TradingView, kindly remember there are two things. One is your strategy, the other one is called indicator. So indicators, also using indicator, you can automate that. We will try and do that. Say we'll use an indicator like RSI, or if you want me to show any other indicator, tell me. I can try and load that and show it to you. Otherwise, you can load any indicator and generate signals based on the indicator also. So this, what we are looking at is using a strategy, ready-made strategy. You can bring in any strategy and just create alert. That's it. There's nothing else to be done for automation. Any queries so far? How do we create an alert if you have a strategy? Or if you want me to show any other strategy, let me know. I'll try and load it, and we can try and see if we can. If it's freely available, we'll be able to automate that. Okay. Now, while we are waiting for a signal to happen here, we let's try and do a setup for say using an indicator. Right now, how do we do that? Say same on the Bitcoin. Let's try and create it. I'll use the same 1 minute, and in terms of indicators, I'll choose say RSI. You can load any indicator, for example, right? So RSI is loaded here. The process is pretty similar to what we do in indicator using a strategy. However, when you are using an indicator, you will need to create two alerts. One is for entry, and the other one is for exit. Now, if you say want to create a strategy where if the RSI comes below 50, say for example, from the top, it starts moving down, you want to take a PE. And when it goes below, say 10 or 20, and then starts coming up, we want the PE to be closed and the CE to be taken. We can try and do that. So let me show you how that works. Yeah, it's pretty simple. See, once you set it up, it is very simple to use and no complexity at all. First time when you're doing it, to try and use the paper trade and observe for couple of trades and see if the orders are getting executed as per your requirement. And if it is getting executed as per your requirement, you can get into live. However, we are also available online during the market hours. If you want any assistance, you can get in touch with us. We will come and help you out online, try help show you how to do the setup also in the live markets or before the markets or during the market hours also. And you can start off. So our support is there. I'll share you the details of how to contact our support team during market hours or during working days. And then you can get in touch with us, and we are there to support you. We are there to help you out in case if you're facing any issue. Yeah. So as what I was mentioning was, suppose you want to use an indicator, you have to create two alerts. One is for entry and one is for exit. Since the RSI has already come down, let's try and create an alert to say that, okay, if the RSI goes below, say a value of uh, say 10, 25 and starts coming up, then I want a CE to be taken and exit it when the say RSI goes above 70 and starts coming down. Exit the PE and take a CE. How do we do that? Let's try and do a setup for Bank Nifty option, trading in Bank Nifty option, right? So first we will need to create in Algomojo a strategy for trading in Bank Nifty option. So let me show the process again. I'll select a new strategy here and say B and options using indicators. So I'll say I indicator. I'll use a similar rule, stop and reversal. Then I'll use something called a dynamic symbol selection. So that is at the time point when the signal is generated and received by our system at our system, we will check what is the strike price that you want to select. If it is ATM, ITM, OTM, you can define that. Suppose you want to trade in say in the money 5, ITM 5, you can select that. Up to 20 strikes, you have the flexibility to choose in the money or out of the money. And of course, ATM is there. So we'll say Bank Nifty options is what I want to trade. And in terms of expiry, I want the current month expiry to be traded. So I'll select that. And then I can say option buying. If I'm a writer, I can say option selling. In case I'm wanting to hedge my main futures or anything, then I can use the buying and selling also a hedge as such. Let's look at how to do an option buying. So let me select this. Then order type can be normal or MIS. So let's take an example of NRML. Then price is always market. So we are working on a limit and stop loss limit kind of orders, order types or price types, which will come in shortly. So leave it with the default value of market. Then say here, say 50 lots. Then it will show you how many quantity based on the instrument that you're trading and the quantity that you have selected. And we do the order splitting also. So these are some basic things that we need to update. Apart from that, you can update the target and stop loss and start time, end time, rollover. All those facilities are there. You can try and update that in case you're looking at it. So once you define what is that you want to trade, just do a submit of this, and the strategy is saved. For indicators, we will need to use either buy or sell. We have to create one for buy and one for sell, right? So let us look at where is the RSI now. Since it is coming down and it could start moving up, let me try and do for a buy. Okay, so we will say for entry into CE, we will use a will use buy create an entry for buy as such. So after you load any indicator, on the indicator, go to this three dots and say add indicator, and it will give you a pop-up wherein you will need to update this message box of buy, copy it from Algomojo. Then for indicators, you will have different some more or the pop-up is slightly different. As you can see here, there's something called a condition that you need to update. Then there's something called a trigger that you need to update. Okay, and interval, in case whatever interval you want to change, you can do that also. Okay. Let's look at a 1 minute kind of thing only. So here we'll say that if the value is say crossing up something like 70, and it should trigger once the bar closes above that, and is what we need to say. Condition has to be updated, saying crossing up, trigger as bar once per bar close, and then given name be an option entry. And this we have kept it as buy. Then use the webhook URL from Algomojo, go here, copy this webhook URL, come back to trading view and update it here. Whatever is by default, remove that and paste the new one. And set it up here. Say create. So when you create a alert for a indicator, you will see the level at which it is already there. So as you can see here, it is at 70 level. So whenever the bar closes above 70, there will be a trigger as such for buying a CE kind of thing. Uh, right? That is always the process. Now, a similar thing that we'll need to create for exit or take a PE. So once you create an entry, you can do a clone of this. So all the parameters will be the same, except that here we will say crossing down a value of, say, for example, 50 can be in value. Instead, here we'll say exit, be an option exit. We want the CE to be exited and PE to be taken if the value comes below 50 kind of thing. Then instead of buy, we change this to sell. And webhook URL is the same for this because we are using the same strategy. So, and just save this, that's it. So you have an option entry and an option exit. So both levels will be shown here, one for entry and other one for exit. So while we were talking, the strategy has given a buy signal. Let us look at what has happened to that. So this buy has been signaled at say 10:58. Let's go to Algomojo and check what has happened to that signal. Come to my signals, and here we were trading in futures. So as you can see here, the signal was received at 10:58, and the order has been placed because we are looking at say 100 lots. So there's a 7,500 quantity which is running. You can see that this is in paper trade mode. That is always the process. So it will keep running if there's no changes. So it is a one-time setup that you need to do in terms of your strategy creation. So create this once, and in the morning you log into the page, and by default it will be in active state. So activate paper trade or live trade depending on what you're trading, and that's it. There's nothing else to be done. The strategy, whenever trading view is generating a signal, it will keep getting executed. Now long is running, so if there's a short coming in, the long will be closed and the short will be taken. It is as simple. Any queries on this? How to do a setup for, and also we can see that, okay, there's a option entry which has been created. However, we had not switched on the strategy. As you can see here, the signal was received for Bank Nifty here. This is for Bank Nifty that we created. It got rejected because we had not enabled paper trade or live trade. So if we had enabled live trade or paper trade, the trade would have got executed in terms of paper trade or live environment, and the portion would have been appearing under the tab called portion. As simple as that. So you can use any strategy, any indicator, and trend execute orders. So once you do this setup, it is always there in both in trading view, the alert will always be there. And in terms of indicator or strategy, the setups are there. You can start by default, it will be active. If you want to stop your strategy, you can pause it or you can delete it. You can make modifications to your strategy. So do this one-time setup in TradingView, one-time setup in Algomojo. That's it. All signals will be generated as per your strategy or the indicator. It is as simple as that. Any queries on how to do this? Is there anything specific that you are looking at in terms of trying to see how to automate? Let me know. I can try and explain that out. Anybody, any queries? Now, one the example that we normally talk about is, or pretty popularly used by the trading community is trend lines, for example. You want to take an entry based on a trend line, or it can be any kind of drawing. You uh, put your drawing on the chart. Say, for example, you draw a trend line like this and say that, okay, if the price goes above this trend line, you want a long entry to be taken. The process is the same. You put your drawing there or load your drawing or trend. It can be Fibonacci, it could be trend line, anything. And then add alert on the trend line. The process is similar. If the price is crossing up and if the bar closes above this trend line, you want to take an entry on a Nifty or a Bank Nifty option, or it could be equity, anything. Create a strategy in Algomojo, bring in that buy or sell content here into the message box and update the notification. In under notification, update the webhook URL. That is it. You're done. So it can be something like a trend line like this. If the price breaks down below this value, you want a sell to be taken. All you have to do is put your drawing and right click on that and say add alert and say that, okay, the price is crossing down this trend line. I want a sell to be taken. So I update the message box with a sell action and update the webhook URL. That is it. You will be able to execute the orders. Any query? Any query? Anything so, apart from this you would like to know? It can be anything. You ask in case you want to see anything specific and trading. Let me know. We're happy to try and show that now. So for trading, the only thing that you need is a good strategy or a good indicator that you want uh, to use. You're tested, and then whenever these are giving you signals to enter and exit, uh, do those load those strategy or an indicator. Create this alert. It is a one-time activity. So whenever the alerts are getting generated, the orders can get executed. There's no other complication involved. Yes, you need to have the subscription of TradingView, nothing else. It can be, say, price based also. Suppose you feel that, okay, you're taking a long entry and for a option or a stock, and if the price, if you say that, okay, um, this is a resistance level. If it comes to this place, I want a sell to happen. All you have to do is mark the resistance or the support levels and right click on that level and say add alert. So say that, okay, the price comes and crosses up this level or touches this level. I want a sell to be taken, then update this message box with this action called sell. From here, go to indicators, video, come down here. Under the indicators, we would have this sell code, copy this, go to TradingView and update it here. And update the webhook URL. And say, give a name, it can be anything. So sell entry level and say create. So whenever whatever entry that you have taken, if you want that to be closed when it reaches this level, it will get executed. Now all these are one-time creation. You can keep shifting them. Suppose you don't want to wait till then, you can bring it down also and say that okay, if it crosses this level, then exit. So dynamically you can move it on the chart itself and create alert once, and after that you can keep shifting it as per your requirement. And when the price reaches that level, the trade can get closed. Any other anything else anybody would like to understand in terms of usage? Any other indicator or strategy you want me to show in trading? Let me know in the Q&A box. I'll try and load them and show you how to do it. Our support teams are always available. You can get in touch with them and they will assist you. They'll show you one or two examples as to how to do these setups. They will, it is once they show you, and once you get familiar, you can start doing it on your own. Okay. If there are no other queries in trading view, let me try and get back to the um, presentation that we were looking at. So for trading view automation, now we just saw how to do it with super trend or RSI based or price based action. You can bring in any kind of drawing, and if the price is reaching those levels, if you want to take an entry or an exit, that can be automated as such. All you have to do is just create an alert. So for creating alert using a strategy, the process that one needs to follow is that you select the trading symbol first, then look at what is the time frame in which you want to take the trade, whether it is 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, any of the time, whatever is time frame that you're comfortable or you wanting to trade with. Then load your strategy to trade. Then click on the more button, select the alert, create alert option. The pop-up In the pop-up, you have to update the message box, and under the notification, the webhook there. Only these two things needs to be updated. Um, that's it. After that, and you say create, and the strategy gets created. And whenever your strategy is giving buy or sell signals, the orders will be executed in your account. So update the message box, update the webhook URL, and that's it. And in case we are using an indicator, the pop-up for alert is slightly different. The process is the same. First, load your symbol, then load the time frame in which you want to trade using the indicator. Then load that indicator, then click on the more button. The for indicator, you will need to update the condition. You will also update the trigger, when you want the trigger to happen, and under what condition you want the trigger to happen, whether it is crossing up or crossing down kind of stuff. And give a name and message box, copy the message box under the indicators that we provide, and that's it. Say under notification, add the webhook URL, that's it. But you'll need to create two alerts, one if you are using an indicator, one for entry and another one for exit. However, for strategy, it will be one indicator. So update the condition, update the trigger, then update the message box, and update the webhook URL. Message box content and webhook URL both needs to be copied from the strategy that we create in Algomojo and paste it here. That's it. So when you are using an indicator, the conditions could vary depending on what is the indicator that you are using. Say, for example, RSI would have these kind of conditions. So select the appropriate condition. If it is any other index, say if it's ADX, it could be different. It could be If we are using an RSI, MACD, it could be different. So based on your study that you're trying to automate, the conditions and the trigger will be different. So select those appropriate conditions and trigger and create the alert. That's it. Select the conditions, select the trigger, that you're done. So whenever those conditions are met, indicator or strategy, the orders the signal will be sent from TradingView to Algomojo for execution of orders. We do that. Now, in case if you want to trade in options strategies, how to do the entire setup is provided in our blog called algomojo.com/blog. And for each of these strategies, the step-by-step process to do it is explained. I request you to kindly go through it. In case you need any assistance, do feel free to contact us. We'll be happy to assist you. Yeah, I mean, there are some ready-made strategies that are available in our store in case you want to use them. It comes bundled with you for trading in super trend, alpha trend, and half trend. This is not our strategy. It is pretty popular strategies which is available in the TradingView environment. We have tried and kept those as an optional facility for users. You can trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty either in 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15-minute time frame. And by default, it is set to trade in ATM and for personal trades. So in terms of support, a brief about our support structure. We are open on all trading days. You can contact us between 9 to 5. On Saturdays, we are there from 10 to 5. You can contact us using WhatsApp. The number is 81055 or you can call us on 8550 or you can raise a ticket from our platform. We will address your query. You can send us an email also. That's it. In case you have any queries, do let me know. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. This is my email ID. In case you need any assistance in terms of coding or strategies, feel free to contact me also. We have a blog called algomojo.com/blog. All features and facilities that we provide, you can give a detailed write-up in our blog also. If you have any queries, kindly raise them using the Q&A box. I'll try and answer them. All right, there are no queries. We can conclude the session here. Thanks a lot for attending this brief session on how to use Algomojo for automation of your trading signals from various kind of platforms like TradingView, Amibroker, Ninja Trader, Charting, MT4 are the environments that we can as of now support. So if you have any strategy, we are there to help you out to automate that. Thanks again and have a nice weekend. Let me try and conclude this session here.